Welcome to Dollar Side Hustle, your go-to podcast for all things side hustle. Today we're going to be diving into some really unique ways to make extra cash online.
Even if you've never even considered a side hustle before.
Yeah, exactly.
Think of it this way. Imagine like turning your downtime, waiting for the bus, standing in line into like little pockets of income. That's what we're looking at today.
That is a really great way to put it. It's those little bits of time that we all have. We're going to make the most of it.
Yeah.
So to get us started today, we've got this fascinating case study, and it really breaks down how one person earned $15,000 in a year.
In a year, wow.
Using just a bunch of different online platforms. And I want to be clear here, before you think this is some kind of like tech genius or coding whiz, they describe themselves as a video game enthusiast.
Really?
With absolutely zero prior experience.
So they basically gamified making money online.
That's a great way to put it. And they were spending, a good chunk of time online, like 12 to 14 hours a day. But a lot of that time was spent like waiting for tasks to pop up while they were playing games or watching YouTube.
Oh, okay. So they kind of weaved it into their routine.
Exactly. That's exactly what's so fascinating about this. So let's break down, like, how did they actually do this?
Okay.
So the case study breaks it down by platform, which I think is really helpful. And their top earner was user testing. They made over $6,000 on user testing.
Wow.
And what's interesting is they really stressed the importance of keeping a high rating on user testing because that unlocks more testing opportunities.
That makes sense. The better your rating, the more trustworthy you seem to clients.
Yeah,
right?
it's all about building that reputation. They mentioned it took a few months to really get going. The first few months were slow, but they actually hit a point of making $2,000 a month before things slowed down.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, and I'm curious about what other platforms do they use? So they also tried mTurk, but that ended up being their least favorite. They actually called it the worst because of the low pay and the intense competition from users who have like specialized software. So they only made I think about $1,600 from mTurk.
Not great.
Averaging around $5 a day.
So not encouraging. So were there any platforms they enjoyed?
Yes, definitely. They loved Connect. They described it as a better version of mTurk, pulled in over $2,000 from Connect, and they just loved how professional and enjoyable the tasks were.
Nice. So they found one that kind of suited their style, offered a positive experience. What else stood out to them?
So they called Prolific the king of the kings.
Really?
For surveys and research studies.
Oh, wow.
They made almost $4,000 through Prolific. And they just really highlighted the professionalism, the high quality of the tasks. There is a wait list to join, but they said it's definitely worth it. So even with the wait list, still a valuable platform, in their opinion. What about Swagbucks?
Oh, Swagbucks, yeah. I feel like that's been around forever.
Yeah, you're right. That was pretty well known. They only earned about $440 from it. They admitted it wasn't the biggest moneymaker, but they did give it credit for kind of being their gateway into this whole world of online earning.
So it's kind of like a good starting point.
Yeah, like dipping your toes in the water.
Yeah, for beginners.
Now, did they mention anything about like more traditional sounding online jobs?
Let me think.
Because they did talk about TELUS International AI.
Okay.
And they said that felt the closest to like a regular online office job. And it involves paid hourly tasks.
Yeah.
They made about $800 working a maximum of 10 hours per week.
That's pretty good for part-time.
Yeah, it's not bad. That could be like $400 a month.
Yeah, not bad.
Now, do they have any overall advice for people who are like brand new to all of this?
Yeah, you know what? They shared some pretty good insights. First off, they really emphasized time investment.
Yeah.
Because, to succeed in this field, you got to dedicate some time to it. And they also mentioned that they probably could have earned even more if they had joined platforms like Prolific and TELUS earlier.
Yeah, getting in early on promising platforms makes sense.
Absolutely. And they also stressed working efficiently, like minimizing distractions, streamlining your workflow. All those little things can really boost your earnings.
So it's not just about putting in the hours. It's about being smart with those hours as well. Now, this is where I think your expertise comes in. What are your thoughts on the platforms they used?
Well, it's interesting to see the different platforms that are out there. User testing, that's about, giving feedback, websites, apps, and Prolific Connect.
Yeah.
They're geared more towards studies and surveys. And then you got TELUS International AI, which is more structured, feels more like a job. So it's really about finding the platform that matches your interests, your skills.
It's like building a diverse portfolio.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to just stick to one thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just like with investments, I got to do your research, understand the risks and rewards of each one.
So for someone completely new, where would you recommend they start?
Well, if they want something simple, easy to grasp, I'd say platforms like Swagbooks are a great place to start.
Okay.
The earning potential might not be the highest, but it's a good way to get familiar with the whole concept of making money online.
Yeah. So kind of get their feet wet, so to speak.
Right. And once they're comfortable, they can branch out and explore other options like user testing or Prolific.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because your skills and interests can evolve, right? What might seem intimidating at first can become second nature.
Yeah.
It's all about finding your groove and building that confidence.
Now, speaking of practice,
Yeah.
they mentioned spending a lot of time online, right? So how can people actually manage their time effectively when they're working on these platforms?
That's a great question. It's all about finding that balance. One strategy is to set aside specific blocks of time for these platforms. Treat it like a part-time job, even if it's just for a few hours a week.
So clear boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be realistic about what you can handle. You don't have to be online 24/7 to make money. Start small, start slow, gradually increase your workload as you get comfortable.
Yeah, start slow, build momentum. Now let's zoom out a bit here and talk about the bigger picture. Is this kind of online side hustle sustainable in the long run?
That's a really good question. It's complex. You can definitely earn a good amount, but you got to remember that the availability of tasks, it can be unpredictable.
So it's not like a guaranteed paycheck.
Right. It's more realistic to see it as a way to supplement your income or earn some extra cash for, specific goals like a vacation or paying off some debt.
So boost that financial flexibility. Are there any other factors people should consider before diving headfirst into this world?
Absolutely. Be mindful of regional restrictions. Some platforms might not be available in all countries.
Okay.
And don't forget about taxes. People often overlook that. If you're earning income, you got to understand your tax obligations. A lot of times you'll be considered an independent contractor, which means you're responsible for those self-employment taxes.
So keep track of everything, consult with a professional, don't let it sneak up on you.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider, but also a lot of potential.
Oh, absolutely.
For those who are, willing to put in the effort, be smart about it.
It's a fantastic way to earn extra cash, pick up some valuable skills, and really explore this ever-changing world of online work.
And speaking of exploring, we've got some amazing resources in our show notes that can actually help you get started with different online side hustles.
Oh, nice.
They are affiliate links. So your clicks help support the channel, keep these deep dives coming. Be sure to check them out, see what sparks your interest. You never know, you might find your next side hustle right there. But before you do that, let's get back to our case study and dig into some of those specific tips and strategies.
Okay, let's do it.
So they started with user testing, which, as we mentioned, was their biggest earner. And they really stressed the importance of maintaining that high rating on user testing. And it makes sense, right? Clients, they're more likely to choose testers with positive reviews, high scores.
It's all about building that reputation.
Yeah, being reliable, insightful, articulate.
Exactly.
And I think this applies to most online platforms, right?
Absolutely. Your profile, your ratings, that's the first thing clients see.
Make sure it represents you in the best possible light.
Yeah, treat your online profiles like a professional resume. Highlight your skills, experience, personality.
Yeah, don't be afraid to niche down. Focus on those strengths.
Exactly. And remember, building a solid online reputation, it takes time, effort. You got to be patient, consistent, professional in all your interactions.
So treat every task, every project as a chance to showcase your skills and build that credibility.
Absolutely.
And don't be shy about asking for feedback.
Oh, yeah, that's really important.
It can help you identify, areas for improvement, refine your approach.
Always good to seek constructive criticism.
Yeah, learn from those experiences.
Absolutely.
And remember, the learning is ongoing, right? The online world is constantly evolving. Got to stay curious, got to be adaptable.
Embrace the new challenges.
Yeah, never stop learning.
Yeah.
So let's move on to MTurk, which our case study subject was not too fond of.
Yeah,
They mentioned low pay, fierce competition. That's something to keep in mind if you're considering this platform. It might not be the ideal choice for everyone, especially if you're looking to to really maximize earnings.
Yeah, but it could be a decent option for beginners who are, just starting out, want to get their feet wet with these micro tasks.
Yeah, just get familiar with the whole concept of completing tasks for payment.
Exactly. It's a way to get a feel for that online work environment.
Yeah, and maybe make a little extra cash if you're not too worried about that hourly rate.
Yeah, it's a trade-off between earning potential and flexibility.
Right. Got to weigh those factors carefully. Now, let's shift gears to Connect,
Okay, Connect.
which our case study subject described as a better version of MTurk.
Yeah.
They really like that professional feel, the enjoyable tasks.
So Connect's known for its focus on academic research, higher quality tasks.
Okay.
So it's appealing for those who are, looking for engaging, intellectually stimulating work.
It's a good option if you want to make money and learn something new
Exactly.
at the same time.
And it generally pays better than MTurk, which is a plus.
Yeah, always a good thing. So it's a win-win. You challenge yourself mentally and you earn a decent wage.
Exactly. And Connect also has a reputation for being reliable and trustworthy.
Yeah.
Gives you peace of mind when you're completing tasks.
It's always nice working with platforms that have that good track record.
Absolutely.
Now, let's move on to Prolific, which our case study subject crowned as the King of Kings
Prolific. Yeah.
for survey and research sites.
It's known for its high-quality studies, fair pay, and the platform is really user-friendly.
Okay.
It's a popular choice for online workers who are looking for a reputable, rewarding experience.
So it sounds like a solid option if you're serious about making money online and you value your time and effort.
Exactly. And it also have a strong focus on ethical research,
Okay.
which can be appealing for those who care about the impact of their work.
So it's making money, but it's also feeling good about the work you're doing.
Exactly.
And it's got a supportive community
Oh, yeah.
of researchers and participants, which makes it more enjoyable, engaging.
It's always nice to feel like you're part of a community, especially when you're working online.
Now let's touch on Swagbucks,
Okay, Swagbucks.
which was our case study subject's entry point
Yeah.
into this whole making money online.
Swagbucks is popular. It's got all sorts of ways to earn rewards. You can take surveys, watch videos, shop online, even play games.
Okay.
So it's good for people who like variety, who enjoy that kind of gamified experience.
Yeah, like a fun, engaging way to kind of, test the waters.
Exactly. And it's user-friendly, which makes it a good choice for beginners.
Now let's talk about TELUS International AI, which our case study subject said felt most like an online office job.
Okay, TLS.
So TELUS International AI, it's a global company. It provides data annotation, other AI-related services.
It's a reputable company, strong track record.
Yeah. So it sounds like a solid option for those who are looking for a more stable, structured online work experience.
Yeah, they offer competitive pay and benefits, which can be really appealing
Okay.
for those who are, looking for a more traditional setup.
So it could be a good option for those seeking a long-term online work opportunity.
Exactly. They also provide training and support to their workers,
Oh, that's great.
which helps you, develop valuable skills, advance your career.
So it's a good option for those who want to build their resume, gain experience in the AI industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, before we move on, I want to emphasize, the importance of staying informed
Mm-hmm.
about the latest trends in online side hustles. It's constantly evolving, right?
Oh, yeah, always changing.
So got to keep learning, got to adapt.
Absolutely. And there are so many resources available online, blogs, forums, podcasts, YouTube channels. You got to take advantage of those to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to network with other online workers, right?
Yeah.
Sharing knowledge, sharing experiences.
Absolutely. Building that strong network can open doors to new opportunities and help you navigate those challenges that come with working online.
So be proactive, engage with others, and never stop learning. We're going to dive into some more specific strategies in just a bit, but for now, I think that's a great place to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Want to start a side hustle, but feeling stuck on the tech part? You're not alone. Many first-time website owners feel the same. That's where Bluehost comes in. As the top-rated web host, they make things super simple with an easy setup, plenty of features, and budget-friendly plans to help you launch your website fast. Plus, their 24/7 expert support has your back anytime you need help. Head to $sideHustle.com/Bluehost now and grab a whopping 88% discount.
Now let's talk about MTurk, which you mentioned had some drawbacks. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so MTurk can be a bit of a mixed bag. It's true that the pay is often on the lower end and there's definitely a lot of competition, but it can be a useful starting point for complete beginners.
Why is that?
Well, MTurk offers a wide range of microtasks, so it's a good way to get a feel for different types of online work. You can try out various tasks and see what you enjoy and what you're good at without committing to anything long-term.
So it's kind of like a testing ground for the online gig world.
Exactly. And MTurk can also be helpful for learning how to manage your time and work efficiently. Since the tasks are usually short and self-contained, you can practice fitting them into small pockets of free time.
Okay, so even though the pay might not be the best, MTurk can be a stepping stone to other opportunities.
Absolutely. It can help you build a foundation of basic online work skills and start generating a little income while you explore other options.
You also mentioned Connect as a better alternative to MTurk. What makes it stand out?
So Connect tends to offer more specialized and higher-paying tasks than MTurk, and they have a strong emphasis on academic research, which can be really appealing for people who want to contribute to scientific studies or learn more about specific fields.
So it's a good option for those who want their work to have a bit more meaning and impact.
Exactly. And Connect often provides more detailed instructions and support for their tasks, which can make the work feel more manageable and less overwhelming for beginners.
That makes sense. Now let's talk about Prolific, which you call the king of the kings. For survey and research sites, what makes it so special?
Prolific is known for its high-quality studies, fair pay, and user-friendly interface. They really prioritize the participant experience and have a great reputation in the research community.
What kind of studies can you expect to find on Prolific?
They cover a wide range of topics, from psychology and sociology to marketing and economics. So there's something for everyone, and you can often find studies that align with your personal interests.
That sounds interesting. And you mentioned there's a wait list to join Prolific. Is it really worth the wait?
Absolutely. Prolific is highly selective about who they allow to participate, which ensures a higher level of data quality for researchers. This also means that the participants are more engaged and serious about their work, which leads to better pay and a more rewarding experience overall.
So it's a win-win for both the researchers and the participants.
Exactly. Now let's move on to Swagbucks, which you described as a gateway into online earning. What's your take on that platform?
Swagbucks is a great option for those who are brand new to online earning and want to try out a variety of different methods. They offer points for completing surveys, watching videos, shopping online, and even playing games.
It sounds like a fun and easy way to dip your toes into the online earning world.
Exactly. And while the earning potential on Swagbucks might not be as high as some other platforms, it's a good way to familiarize yourself with the basic concepts and start earning some rewards.
They also have a referral program, which can be a good way to boost your earnings if you have friends who are also interested in trying it out.
Now let's switch gears and talk about TELUS International AI, which you described as the closest thing to a traditional online job. What makes it different from the other platforms we've discussed?
TELUS International AI is a global company that specializes in providing data annotation and other services for artificial intelligence. They offer more structured and long-term work opportunities with a focus on developing specific skills.
So it's a good option for those who are looking for a more stable and professional online work environment.
Exactly. They provide training and support to their workers and often offer benefits like paid time off and health insurance.
That sounds like a great opportunity for people who want to build a career in the AI industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now that we've covered the different platforms, let's talk about some of the key strategies for maximizing your earnings.
One of the most important things is to be organized and manage your time effectively.
That makes sense. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you're juggling multiple platforms and tasks.
Exactly. Create a schedule, set realistic goals, and track your progress. This will help you stay on track and avoid burnout.
Another crucial strategy is to optimize your profiles and build a strong online reputation.
Why is that so important?
Well, clients and researchers are more likely to choose workers who have positive reviews and a proven track record of quality work. Take the time to craft compelling profiles, highlight your skills and experience, and gather feedback from previous clients.
It's like building your personal brand in the online world.
Exactly. And remember, the communication is key. Respond to messages, promptly be professional and courteous, and go the extra mile to exceed expectations.
It's all about creating a positive experience for both you and the client.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of networking. Connect with other online workers, join relevant communities, and share your knowledge and experience.
It's a great way to stay motivated, learn from others, and discover new opportunities.
Now let's shift gears and talk about the mindset and habits that can set you up for success in the world of online side hustles.
One of the most important things is to develop a growth mindset and be willing to learn and adapt.
Why is that so crucial in this field?
The online world is constantly evolving. New platforms emerge, technologies change, and the demand for certain skills fluctuates. Being open to learning new things and embracing challenges is essential for staying ahead of the curve.
So it's not just about mastering one platform or skill, but about being adaptable and embracing continuous learning.
Exactly. And another important habit is to focus on providing value to your clients or the researchers you're working with.
How can you ensure that you're providing value?
Make sure you understand the requirements of each task thoroughly. Pay attention to detail and deliver high-quality work on time. Also, don't be afraid to ask questions if you need clarification or guidance.
It's better to ask for help than to submit work that doesn't meet expectations.
Absolutely. And finally, remember that consistency is key. Set realistic goals, make a plan, and stick to it even when things get tough.
It's easy to get discouraged when you're not seeing a result immediately, but persistence pays off in the long run.
So stay focused, celebrate your wins, and never give up on your goals.
Now let's talk about some of the potential challenges and pitfalls to be aware of when venturing into the world of online side hustles.
One of the biggest challenges is staying motivated and avoiding distractions.
That's understandable. It can be tough to stay focused when you're working from home and there's so many other things vying for your attention.
Exactly. That's why it's important to create a dedicated workspace, set boundaries, and minimize distractions as much as possible.
Another potential challenge is managing your time effectively, especially if you're juggling multiple side hustles or a full-time job.
It can be a delicate balancing act.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's crucial to prioritize your tasks, create a schedule, and stick to it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Also, don't be afraid to delegate or outsource tasks if it frees up your time to focus on your core strengths.
Now let's talk about something that can be a major concern for people starting out. What about taxes and legal considerations?
That's a great question. It's important to understand your tax obligations when earning income from online side hustles. In many cases, you'll be considered an independent contractor, which means you're responsible for paying self-employment taxes.
So it's crucial to keep track of your earnings and expenses and consult with a tax professional if needed.
Exactly. And depending on your location, all the type of work you're doing, there may be other legal requirements or regulations to consider.
It's always a good idea to research the specific laws and regulations in your area.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears and talk about the benefits and rewards of pursuing online side hustles.
One of the biggest benefits is the flexibility and autonomy it offers.
That's definitely appealing.
Yeah.
You can often set your own hours work from anywhere and choose projects that align with your interests and skills.
Exactly. And for many people, online side hustles provide a sense of purpose and fulfillment that they might not be getting from their day jobs.
It can be incredibly rewarding to turn your passions into a source of income.
Absolutely. And online side hustles can also be a great way to learn new skills, gain valuable experience, and build your resume.
It's a fantastic opportunity for personal and professional growth.
Exactly. Now let's talk about how to find and evaluate online side hustle opportunities.
There are countless resources available online, from job boards and freelance platforms to social media groups and online communities.
It can be overwhelming to know where to start.
Absolutely. That's why it's important to be selective about the platforms and opportunities you pursue. Do your research, read reviews, and look for platforms that align with your values and goals.
And once you've found some potential opportunities, what are some key factors to consider?
One of the most important things is to understand the payment structure and make sure it's fair and transparent.
That makes sense. You want to make sure you're being compensated fairly for your time and effort.
Exactly. Also, pay attention to the workload and time commitment required for each task or project. Be realistic about how much time you can dedicate and choose opportunities that fit into your schedule.
And it's always a good idea to read the terms and conditions carefully before committing to any platform or project.
Absolutely. This will help you understand your rights and responsibilities and avoid any surprises down the road.
Now let's shift gears and talk about the importance of building a strong online presence to attract clients or secure gigs.
Having a professional online presence is crucial in today's digital world.
How can you build a strong online presence?
Start by creating a website or portfolio that showcases your skills and experience. Be active on social media platforms that are relevant to your niche and engage with your audience in a meaningful way.
It's all about building your brand and establishing yourself as an expert in your field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate the power of networking. Attend online events, connect with other professionals, and participate in relevant online communities.
Building relationships with others in your industry can open doors to new opportunities and provide valuable support.
Now let's talk about the importance of continuous learning and skill development in the world of online side hustles.
The digital landscape is constantly evolving, so it's crucial to stay up to date with the latest trends and technologies.
How can you keep your skills sharp and stay ahead of the curve?
There are countless resources available online, from free courses and tutorials to paid workshops and certifications. Choose learning opportunities that align with your interests and career goals.
And remember that learning doesn't have to be formal or expensive. There are many ways to learn new skills through self-study online communities and even by simply observing and experimenting.
Now let's shift gears and talk about the importance of staying motivated and avoiding burnout when pursuing online side hustles.
It can be a challenge to stay energized and focused, especially when you're working independently.
Absolutely. That's why it's essential to set realistic goals, celebrate your wins, and take breaks when needed.
It's also helpful to connect with other online workers for support and accountability.
Surrounding yourself with a community of like-minded individuals can make a big difference.
It's amazing how much you can learn from, someone else's experience, especially when they're so open about their journey.
Oh, yeah, it's like having a roadmap.
Right. To navigate this sometimes overwhelming world of these online side hustles.
Absolutely.
And the best part is this roadmap isn't set in stone. It's like a choose your own adventure. You can pick and choose the paths that resonate with you and your goals.
Exactly, yeah. And remember, these online side hustles aren't just about making that extra cash. They're about, creating opportunities for growth, learning, and flexibility.
So whether you're looking to supplement your income or explore some new passions or even build, a whole new career path, there's a world of possibilities out there
Oh, yeah.
waiting for you online. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a little something to think about. We've covered a lot of practical advice, but it's important to remember that success, it isn't just about following some formula.
Right.
It's about finding what works for you,
Yeah.
adapting to challenges, and staying true to your own vision.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to reach out for support when you need it. The online world might seem, vast, impersonal, but there's a surprising sense of community out there. People genuinely want to help each other succeed.
It's like we're all on this exciting journey together.
Yeah.
We're figuring things out. We're sharing tips. We're cheering each other on.
Absolutely.
And speaking of cheering each other on, don't forget to like and subscribe to Dollar Side Hustle for more deep dives into the world of side hustles. We've got some awesome resources for you in the show notes. They are affiliate links, so your clicks help keep this channel running, allow us to keep bringing you valuable content.
Keep the lights on.
Exactly. Until next time, happy hustling.